Despite looking really good in the first half of this game, the Chicago Sky have some issues in the second half. They end up losing 91-76 to the New York Liberty. We're going to talk about it, break it all down right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Haize. I think Stevo is going to join us here shortly. I don't know if C-Dub's coming or not, but this was a rough game to watch down the stretch of this game. So much excitement early in the game. The Chicago Sky even weathering a nice run. I think it was a 14-1 run by the New York Liberty in the first half of the game. The Sky keep the pressure on. They end up going into the half with the lead. But then in the second half of this game, you just saw why the New York Liberty are a championship caliber team that's only lost 4 games this season. And the Sky just didn't have the answer. Despite Kennedy Carter scoring 22 points in this game, Marina Mabry having one of her better scoring games with 15 points and 6 assists, 3 rebounds, the Sky just didn't have enough. Isabel Harrison, double-double off the bench. Angel Reese, a double-double in that starting lineup. Camila Cardoso has some really good minutes in this game. She's not in the game down the stretch of it. But overall, this was just a game where the Sky did not have it underway. Now, I have my own personal issues with some of the coaching that happened in here, not blaming it entirely on coaching. But to me, when you have a player like Michaela Onyewerede, who had an extremely good game, even though she didn't shoot the ball amazingly well, defensively, that type of thing in the last game, to not play her at all in the second of a back-to-back, to me, it's just a bad decision coaching-wise. You want to reward these ladies when they're playing well. And Michaela Onyewerede was coming off her best game of the season. And for her to not get into the game until garbage minutes, only get played 2 minutes, especially with Diamond DeShields looking like crap, it sucks when it comes down to it, man. But, this is a championship caliber team in the New York Liberty, and the Sky just did not have enough down the stretch of this game. I'm not blaming it. I don't think playing Michaela Onyewerede would have necessarily changed that much for this team in this game. But that's just something to look at for, especially, like I said, Diamond DeShields. It pains me to say this, but we may have to come to the point that Diamond DeShields is washed. That's just it. That's it. She's going to still show some flashes, but it just isn't what it is, man. So, but outside of that, man, this was definitely just one of those games where the Sky they didn't play well, man. They didn't play well down the stretch of this game. They couldn't really get their offense going. 14 points in the fourth quarter, whereas the New York Liberty scored 28. That's not going to get it done. We've talked about how important it is that the Sky also win the turnover battle in games. 12 turnovers by the Sky in this game, only 7 for the New York Liberty. The Sky didn't take care of the ball enough. They out-rebounded the New York Liberty. 10 offensive rebounds for the Sky, only 4 for the New York Liberty. 36 total rebounds, only 30 for the New York Liberty. We just didn't own some of the areas that we need to own. 8 block shots for the New York Liberty in this game. The Sky did not get any solid looks. But we also got to talk about, again, not something that I want to blame entirely on. I don't like blaming the refs, but at some point we got to start looking at this free throw discrepancy. 20 free throws for the New York Liberty and 7 for the Chicago Sky. What's that about? What's that about? I have no idea what's going on there, why the Sky can't seem to get calls. Something has to get done in that area, but this was a game where the Liberty had it, the Sky didn't, and that's just what it comes down to, man. It really sucks. It sucks that we're here yet again. I would have loved to see the Sky be able to pull out this win. We're getting ready to go into the All-Star break. We're 21 games into the season. We got 19 games left. We got 2 more before the All-Star in the Olympic break, and so the Sky are going to come back with a nice chunk of games left after the Olympic break. We're probably going to see an addition to the roster. We hope everybody can get back healthy. Everybody can get back healthy, but this was just a game where the Sky just didn't have it. They just didn't have it down the stretch of this game. That usual edge that we see, and maybe it's because of a back-to-back. Seems like Angel Reese is still feeling the effects as well of that 40-minute game that she played a couple of games ago, because she hasn't quite been the same energetic self. She definitely helps the Sky's energy. Like, the Sky are a different team energy-wise when she's in the game. But overall, we need a little bit more oomph, man, and we haven't had it for quite a while. I hope that we can get it done. Yeah, but the Sky got some winnable games still up. We're We're right now 9-13 on the season. The season's not done yet. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination. We got some tough games before we go. We got another game against the New York Liberty on Saturday. That one's in Chicago. And then we face the Aces in Las Vegas on Prime, 10 p.m. game. We're going to be up late. That's the last game before we take a month off. So we'll see what comes down with that one, man. But let's go ahead and get into some of your guys' comments, see how you guys are feeling about it. JK says Teaspoon handed that game away. I can't blame it all on that. Yes, the rotations were weird. They weren't great rotations that we saw in this game, but I can't blame it. I can't say that she handed the game away personally. King says, why folks putting this loss on Spoon? We couldn't stop the shooting no matter who was on the floor, and that includes Cardoso. Yeah, I mean, listen, you want to put yourself in the best situation, and there's of course, going to be some doubt if the Sky did that. Looks like Stevo isn't going to come, by the way, so that's why I took off the headphones. Besides, my headphones are broken. I need to get those together. Petty Roosevelt in progress. No Petty Roosevelt today. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm frustrated. I was extremely frustrated while watching this game, but I'm not going to let it get to the point of Petty Roosevelt coming out. Not in this one. Not against the New York Liberty. Teaspoon says, shame on you, I guess is what you meant there. Mario P says, you knew they were coming for us. We surprised them at home. Was always going to be a rough game. Completely agree with you on that one, too. It was always going to be a rough game. And like I said on the live call, like the Liberty are one of those teams that until it's only a few seconds left on the clock, no lead safe. And so they played much better in the second half of that game. And the Liberty played in the second half of this game like a team that you expect to have championship aspirations. They just played. Sabrina is a monster. I love her game so much. And just the way that she plays, 21 points for her in this game. Jonquel Jones with 18 and 13 in this game. Stewie with 19 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. They just played a really well-rounded team game in this one, and the Sky just did not have the answers back. Can we please bring back Brenna Maxwell? Dana Evans needs to barely play. Brenna Maxwell is still hurt. Everybody keeps asking about Brenna Maxwell. If she was healthy, she would be on this roster. She's not healthy yet. Give our ladies some credit for hanging in there. That's a fact. They do. Let's listen. They for a team that was projected to be 12th in the WNBA this season, the Chicago Sky being at 9-13. When you look at how they've competed against some of the better teams in the WNBA, you got to give them the credit. Dude, what are you doing, man? Go, please. Don't come by me when you're doing all that. You should have left them rib bones alone. Spoon, I love her, but she keeps taking Casey out the game, and they need her defense. Well, this was one of the games where Isabel Harrison's offense, I do think, was more potent down the stretch of the last game, but you got to find a way to, like, Camila Cardoso is so important to our defense and changing shots around the rim. She stayed out of foul trouble in this game as well, so. And Camilla needs to be in there in the fourth. I mean, I agree with you. Definitely agree with you there. Angelica in the building says, man, that was disappointing. The fourth quarter was disgusting, and so was the second. Yep. You can celebrate this double-double shit now. What's she doing to Camilla is disrespectful. Camilla needs to leave the Sky at first. Come on. Why do y'all go? Like, I get it. I get it that this is women's sports, but y'all got to stop being so damn emotional. To say that she needs to leave her rookie year, the first chance she get, is just, come on. It's just stupid. I respect you. Thank you for supporting the channel, but that was just a stupid statement. Come on now. Come on. He says, bro, we went up against the Beast tonight and Reese was getting mobbed. It's a reason why she looks beat up. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, listen, Angel Reese is a rookie, but they're not playing her like rookies anymore. Like, they understand that you got to get physical with Angel Reese. And to Angel Reese's credit, she's still matching that energy for the most part. You know, she got some things she needs to go through, man. Machiavelli says embarrassing loss. No, it's not embarrassing when you play like a true championship contender in the New York Liberty. I can't say that that's embarrassing. Camilla is a foul magnet. Not really. 2 fouls in this game, that's not a foul magnet, Ken. I don't know if you actually watched the game. She actually played really physical without fouling pretty well the last 2 games. So I don't know what you're getting at that about. I agree she does have to play stronger, Camilla. Yeah, I mean, listen, Camilla is she's going to be one of the bigger players on the court, but also you got to understand that she's adjusting to Camilla is, yes, she's always going to be still one of the biggest players on the court, but she's facing more physicality every single night than what you do in the NCAA. Like there's going to be times where you come up against a team that just doesn't have your size in the NCAA. In the WNBA, if you're not having facing off against somebody that has your size, you're still facing off against women that are probably just as strong, if not stronger than you. So they play really good in the first quarter, and how they battle back in the second quarter. I got to give them credit for that. Right? The Sky team did not go away at a time where here's what I'll say. It took 2 double-digit runs by the New York Liberty to put the Sky away because the Sky kept battling back. The fourth quarter is the fourth quarter. That's inexcusable. They got their asses kicked in the fourth quarter. But outside of that, the Liberty went on runs like the New York Liberty are going to do. But the Sky faced that pretty well in this. They had an answer back into that last one. They just didn't. It was not. It was nothing more than they played the best team in the WNBA. Relax. For some reason, the referees are against Angel and Camilla. Listen, and that's one of the things you go through it in the NBA. You go through it in the WNBA. You got to earn your calls. And so, yeah, there's going to be a period of time where they're just not getting those calls. So the refs called 18 fouls on the Sky, but only 9 on the New York Liberty. It's a lot of phantom fouls, and the fouls on Lindsay were ridiculous. Now, the fouls on Lindsay Allen were crazy in this one. And here's always my thing, right? I'm all for if the refs are going to call the game where physicality is a foul call and they do that universally, fine. That's just how the ref is going to call the game. If the refs are going to allow a lot of physicality in a game and they're going to let some things go, I'm absolutely fine with that. But you have to do the same for both sides. What we've been seeing lately in the last couple of Chicago Sky games is that the other team can get physical with the Sky, but when the Sky get physical back, it's a foul. That's the type of crap that I don't like in officiating. Just call it straight down the middle, the same for everyone. But hey, it is what it is when it comes down to it. Refs continue to be so dirty to us. Both teams played the same free throw. Sky 7, Liberty 20. Yeah, it's really weird. They were leading most of the way. And that's why I say you got to give the Sky credit for how they were able to battle back and battle back with those runs that the Liberty went on. They battled that really well, and I got to give the Sky credit for that, absolutely. Turnovers, bad passing, missing shots in the line, and stop shooting threes, not setting up plays. Oh, the refs has always been haters. First game of the season. That's why you can't miss shots. Yeah, and that's why, to your credit, that's why I say I don't like to blame it completely on the refs. You have to play well enough to take that power kind of out of the refs' hands to a degree. And the Sky, we've settled for shots for sure. We did get sloppy with the ball. The 12 turnovers in this game, just you gotta be better than that. You got to be better than that for sure. Reggie says, thank you, Haize. I appreciate you for coming in here, brother. Forever Faith Fun. Listen, that's your username's too long, but thank you. Says really no point in watching the game since it's an important game. Maybe we'll miss 10 entire shots and New York Liberty will. No, then that's not what happened at all. Marina Mabry, especially in the first half of this game, was a large part of why we were able to keep the lead. Her and Kennedy Carter were the Chicago Sky's offense for large parts of this game. Now, she went 5 of 9, still above 50%. Didn't play as potent offensively in the fourth quarter, but you can't just assume that. Marina Mabry played pretty well overall in this game for sure. I think Angel's just kind of exhausted at this point. That's 100% fact. 100% fact. Zeno, I don't like you live in an alternate reality, man. They need to be on the same team. They actually work really well together, especially when they're using Angel Reese's point forward ability a little bit more. We've seen some really good chemistry from them at times. I don't care about no rivalry in college. This is different. What are we talking about? Camilla only had 2 fouls. Angel had more fouls than her. Y'all aren't making any sense. Well, they both had 2 fouls. They both had the same amount of fouls. But yeah, it is definitely that. Like, how you going to keep your starter in the bench? I mean, listen, that happens sometimes. It depends on matchups. Now, I will say, last game was more egregious than this game, but still, at that same point, you gotta balance your rotations a little bit better. Did Angel get her last rebound or they took it away because of the foul? No, she got it. The streak is still alive. She still got that. The app already sent out a notification about making it 15 for Angel, so she definitely got it. Yeah, she got it for sure. Uh, Life with Tam Lene says, Izzy still hurt. Camilla is finding her footing. Teaspoon keeps Angel in because she has the best motor on the team besides Kennedy. Yeah, and we've seen it before. If you don't have Kennedy and Angel in this game, the energy goes completely down. Hell, it goes completely down a lot of times when one of them's out, much less if you have both of them out down the stretch of a game. That would just be ugly. That would be ugly. Yeah, I agree with you, Q Biz here. Like people saying that they don't need to be on the same team is like, what are we talking about? If Angel took more time on her shot and faked the shot a little bit more, she would not get blocked as much. Well, that's going to come with time. And like I said before, even with Camilla, like you got to adjust. You're facing players with much more speed, much more length, much more size consistently in the WNBA than in college, and that does take some acclimating to do for sure. Camilla got her fouls early. That's why she took her out early. Angel got her 2 fouls the last couple of minutes. Now, that is facts as well. That is facts. I know Izzy missed last year due to ACL injury. She can ball. Yeah, listen, Izzy can go. Izzy can absolute ball. That's for sure. That's for sure. She got 5 rebounds in the first 35 minutes and 5 more in the last 5 minutes. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. And if you watch that actual game, you would see that happened. Yeah, naturally. She needed that. We needed those rebounds. We were fighting hard to try to come back. The stat pad of hell, you see Reese gotten taken out of the game for that 10th rebound because she was terrible tonight. She wasn't terrible, but she didn't shoot the ball all that well today either. She didn't deal with the physicality of the Liberty all that well. And yeah. Who was checking Sabrina this game? Sabrina killed us. Lindsay Allen for a large part of the game. Dana Evans some as well. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Lindsay Allen's too small to guard Sabrina. It's definitely something to that. I can't knock that at all. Haize, can I be a moderator and kick the fleas out? That is so funny. I do need to start getting on making more of you guys moderators since like with so many, like we have so many new regulars in this from last season. So I will get on making some of you guys mods. So if you guys see a wrench next to your name in the future, like deserve to be mod, you deserve to be a mod. So yeah, we'll get some mods out to a few of you guys for sure, man. Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make Anita a mod here real quick. Let's go ahead and get Anita to be a mod. Bam. Where's Brooklyn at? I think Brooklyn may be gone. I'm not scrolling that far back to find Brooklyn to make Brooklyn a mod too, but Brooklyn's gonna be a mod. Angelica is always in here. We're gonna make Angelica a mod as well. So there you guys go. You have to refresh to see it, but so you guys got mod privileges now. So there you guys go. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching it. You guys already know when dumb people come in here, you got to give them some. Can we take some time to acknowledge that this is a brand new team? Look at what they're doing the first year. Just wait until next year. They will be a problem. I agree with that. Completely agree with that, Tammy. And here's what I'll say too. The fact that we do have a month off in the middle of this season, do not be surprised if this Sky team comes out with looking a lot more crisp as well, taking advantage of that amount of time that they have off. And, I hope they're getting a lot of practices in, things like that, because they definitely are going to use that show. Jay Capone, Adrian are now mods. There you guys go. But all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, man. I love you guys. You guys are so important to what we're building here with Chicago Sky Central. I can't stress enough how this season, with the growth of the W, this show has grown even more than I thought that it would grow. And that's because of you guys. And you guys show up every single stream, every single game. You support. I appreciate you guys so much for just everything you've brought to this channel. We're going to keep giving you the best content for the Chicago Sky that you're going to find. We are the #1 place for everything Chicago Sky related. There's no question about that. That's not a knock to CHGO. That's not a knock to anybody else. But there's very few people that are not only as entrenched in the WNBA game, but also delivering the amount of content that we're delivering as well. So I appreciate it so much, man. What you guys mean to us. This one last super chat before we get out of here from Quentin says Reese needs to work with Agent Wilson. That would be amazing. But all right, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure you guys are following the show at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you guys want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so 773-270-2799. If you guys start leaving more voicemails, so right now we share the voicemail bag with Chicago Bulls Central. If you guys keep supporting and turn up more in the mailbag, we'll separate it out to its own voicemail line. We'll make sure you guys stay in tune with us for that. Love you guys. Go Sky. And we'll see you guys again. I'll drop a video between now and the